Hey, we're live again with another show. This time it is called Flatzer Night. His observations smash the globe, and indeed they do. His observations do smash the globe. They smash Miles Davis for one, with his shocking proofs of globe. Well, we'll soon see if they stand up to any kind of scrutiny in the next couple of hours or so, because we have got Flatzer waiting. In the meantime, though, I want to talk about his channel. So I'm going to promote his channel. So here it is over here. Noisy sods out there with the old bikes, right? Okay, so Flatzer's channel has 266 subscribers now, which is fantastic. I think yesterday he had 199, so we've well smashed him past the 250 mark. See if we can get him to 300 at least tonight. So I'm going to copy his link before the show even really gets underway, and we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully get him past 300. So there we go. Right, so wow, there's not that many people to shout out to already. Seems like I'm maybe being shadow banned. Who knows? Did anyone get a notification? Right, Helvetica Bold, nice to see you. And then Jeff Radberg, Shandy Dog, Cassio, YouTube, Dale, you're in him, or something like that. And yeah, so thank you guys so far for attending this show. Does look like we've got 30 watching at the moment, so I think what I might do, just introduce Flatzer. Hang on, let's just see if I can get my, there we go. Flatzer, are you there, my friend?
Yeah, I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We hear you coming through fine. Apparently there was no notifications for this stream, but you know, things will pick up. I am sure things will pick up very soon once they know that I'm live. I think we had over 160 watching yesterday, which was pretty cool. So maybe we'll get to those lofty heights again tonight. Who knows? So. Rude Earther, nice to see you in. Kiwi Jambear, Colin Dresser, you've piled in. Richie, who says he got a notification, which is cool. Right, that's good. Right, so this is for the audience to see. So, and I'm going to apologise now to you, Flatzer, because up until this moment, when you had under 200 subscribers, you were pretty much a very unknown Flat Earther or a Flat Earth channel. So I do apologise for what's likely to happen in the coming weeks and months whenever you put a video out. And so let's have a look at your channel. Let's get your channel up again. Hang on, because this is just for the audience. So let me just go through here. So I put obviously a link out today, and I shouted your channel out last night, and I did it again today. And of course, let's go to one of your videos. Dislikes. I mean, you're actually starting to get dislikes on your channels now, so yeah, and I know that's probably new to you to actually get dislikes, because I know what it's like. But let's go to some of the comments from the newest first, and we've got the usual trolls in. FE Peer Review, Sprocket, Ragnar, he's a flat earther, so that's not too bad. David Kelly, B-Ball for Life, GPS, you know, all the most of the globe trolls are in there, you know, already making comment on your video and thumbing down your video. So I do apologise for that, because all you're doing is presenting what you see through the camera. I mean, you're not actually doing much other than that. You're giving the distances, you're giving your elevation height, you're showing what you can see, and then you round up your video. It's very simple, you're making no real claims as such. So it's very interesting that these guys have just piled in to thumb down your video and make comments like, great globe proof. B-Ball for Life cannot be serious, and he cannot be, you know, well, he's not one to rely upon, let's put it that way. So anyway, so I do apologise for what's likely to come your way in this foreseeable future. I also want to show this to the audience. So let's open that. Okay, so I took a couple of screenshots on a video that I was actually put out this morning. So I'd left the video up, and I hadn't actually changed it or done anything with it. I'd just left it up. I'd watched the video. I basically went to leave a comment to your channel, so I'd pinned it, and I'd left it up there. And what had happened is I'd noticed that there was 11 likes and no dislikes on the video. It was pretty ace, actually. 106 views, 11 likes, no dislikes, all nice comments, right? And basically it was just me down at the beach, trying to do an observation, just showing you the conditions, talking about the weather, and just saying for people to tune in tonight to watch your stream. So nothing really in it, just a 4-minute video, just promoting what's going to go on tonight, etc. Anyway, 11 likes, 0 dislikes. So came back after having my tea, some time later, and it had gone from 106 likes to 224 likes. So another 100 people or so had watched the video, and it went from 11 likes to no likes to 16 likes, ace, nice one, another 5 likes, but then I somehow managed to get 13 dislikes on it. It's like, how does it go from 11 likes to 0 to 16 likes to 13 dislikes? Seriously, some people have some serious issues with every type of video that I put out and every type of content. So this is just what you're likely to expect. Once this show's finished and everybody sees your work and how good it is, you are going to get the trolls descending en masse. And I'm apologising for that, because for every subscriber that you get in, every 10 subscribers, probably 2 of them are going to be trolls, right? Yeah. And they're going to just wait for a video to come out by you, and the first thing they're going to do, they're not even probably going to watch the video, they're just going to go straight to the dislike button, dislike it, and it's going to try and demoralise you. Now, I'm preparing you for this because I know that your videos genuinely have a strong like to virtually no dislike ratio. So you've just got to prepare yourself that this is what's going to happen once you've presented what you've presented on this show tonight.
Yeah, well, it can only be expected. Randy, there's more Globers than flat earthers, isn't there?
There sure is. Right.
Well, criticise me if I get something wrong, but don't criticise me. Well, I know they're going to criticise me anyway, but I've had it already with bits and bobs with, some of the Globers, nitpicking about heights and stuff like that,
Well, listen, the reasonable person would agree. Just what you said there. Don't pick on me or don't have a go at me if but have a go if I've got something wrong. That's fair enough, but don't criticise my work or dislike my video just for the sake of disliking it. You're talking to people that aren't well in the head, right? These people are not well in the head, and they live to troll, and they probably have multiple troll accounts where they can just one or two people could probably make 20 dislikes, so they live for this kind of thing. I mean, before the show started, this is no word of a lie, we had 6 thumbs up on the show with 8 dislikes. So we had a negative dislike to like ratio before the show even started. So this is just what these people do. It's very sad, but it's to be expected, because you're dealing with people that aren't actually very sound in the head.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, they're not rational. It actually doesn't bother me at all, Ranty. I don't look at the comments. I put my videos up. And that's it, it doesn't bother me.
Okay. Well,
I just go out and shoot what I can see, and that's it.
Okie dokie. Well, Darwigin's given a little super sticker. I'm not sure what it was. It looks like Peking hippopotamus, I think. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the $5 support there, Darwigin. Very much appreciated. Right. Without further ado, let's get into this. Oh. Holy shit, Sam Haynes just stopped by. Shout out to Not Sam for pushing you... Oh shit! For pushing you over the GoFundMe goal. Oh my goodness, right, I need to check this out. Sam Haynes, you have been a super supporter, mate, seriously, I just can't believe it. Let's have a look at this. Oh my goodness me. Oh, come on, I need to sign in. Hang on. Oh, let's have a look. Oh shit, Sam Hain, awesome! Thank you very much. You did push me over the target. Thank you very much, Sam Hain. You are a absolute superstar, mate. I can't thank you enough. I did a GoFundMe. I set a GoFundMe up 24 hours, 36 hours ago, something like that, and already the community supported me for that money, and I'm so pleased, and thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
Just shows you the support that's out there, right? I mean, it's not everybody that's got expendable income, but there's enough out there to help when you need help.
Yeah, well, try no income for me at the moment, so anything's really grateful. I really do appreciate it. And Sam, I can't thank you enough. You really have been a great support over the last few months, so super thank you. And you smashed the super chat as well. So what can I say? You're an absolute star. Darwin's always there as well. What can I say? I've got the best people that follow this show, so absolutely brilliant. Right. I need to get on with it. I'm so excited. I've actually got you on the show because I know you and I have been talking for over a year now. I mean, we've been talking on Facebook, Discord, and you've been sending me stuff and you've been emailing me, and I've always enjoyed seeing what you've got, and I have shouted you out a few times on the show. I think the first time I shouted you out, I think you only had 30 subscribers, so you've not done too bad. It's not been. It's a very slow growth, though. It's a very slow growth, unfortunately, as a flat earther.
But I mean, again, the subscribers isn't. It doesn't bother me too much, right? Obviously, you want subscribers and you want to get out there, but for me, it's just getting out there, showing what I see, an alternative view, and enjoy what I do. So, it's if I wasn't doing it on putting it on YouTube, I'd still be out sort of shooting it, sort of thing,
Yeah. That's awesome. Right, listen, I'm just going to show the GoFundMe, and not Sam Hain donated 310 UK pounds to top me over that £1,000 target. Absolutely, thank you. Sam Hain's fucking amazing. Right, enough of that. Let's get to the most important part, what the show's all about. The show is all about your observations, going to the same locations basically that Miles Davis has been at, where he's been doing these observations and putting supposed proof of globe out. And essentially what you've done is you've gone to his locations where he's filmed his from, and you've taken images on different days that seem to show something completely different. So without further ado, if you want to start sharing your screen, and I'll get you presenting, and I'll sit back and I'm going to enjoy this because I've been waiting to get you on the show for ages, and I hope everyone's prepared for this because it's absolutely brilliant.
Okay, I'll try and see. Is it the screen? Start sharing. You have to bear with me, Randy. Tell me what you can see, if you can see my screen.
I'll just wait a second. I can see. Yes, I can see me, and I can see. So if you want to minimise that, yep.
I'll just minimise that. Right.
Perfect.
Okay, I thought this was maybe the best way to do it. I came across Miles Davis on some of the videos early on when I bought my P900, and it was the observation on the left there at Kinghorn that kind of piqued my interest, because I've been to Kinghorn before I had a P900, and when I seen his video saying, you can't see this and you can't see that and you can't see the next thing, and I was working off of memory, and I was saying, no, I've been to the harbour at Kinghorn. You can see all these islands that Miles said you can't. So I don't know if I play this, Ranty, would the sound come through all right, or?
Yeah, it should do.
I might even just. This is Miles's video, as I say, from Kinghorn.
Did you share screen and sound, by the way, when you started sharing your screen?
Good question, mate. Hold on.
Let me. So if you knock the screen share off, so if you tap those two buttons again, and then go to share your screen again. There you go. Say stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
Yeah.
That should be.
Yeah,
should have stopped sharing.
No, you have to click the stop sharing.
This one, the square one.
Yeah, but it's opened. Yeah, as you click it, it opens up a little box that you can see. Just hover over the stop sharing.
Yeah.
There you go. And then if you reshare now, but it should give you the option to share with sounds as well, which will be a little slider.
See it. There we go.
Okay, mate. Yep.
Back to that. Right. I'll minimise this.
Yep.
How's that?
Perfect. Right. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you really need the sound, but this was one of Miles's. What's that? 21st of January 2019. But this is Miles showing what you can see from higher up in Kinghorn. I don't know if I need to play it maybe.
High elevation.
Yeah, play it.
Can you hear that?
Yes, we can hear you.
Meters recently. And that's not really true. I've published plenty of observations from lower elevations, but there is a very good reason for looking at higher elevations, and that is that the optical effects and mirage effects and refraction effects that you get, particularly over water, can make life very difficult, especially if you have a limited time to wait or get exactly the right conditions for an observation where there is minimal.
I'll just pause that there, Ronnie. Okay. This island here is Lamb, which is slightly further back than the rest of these islands. I'll just skip it forward. But basically obviously I was just showing you what you can see from higher up, and then he goes down. Well, I went from 27 metres to 25. I don't see much point to that, but higher up I think it was 27, and then 25. This is 5 metres. Now, what height do you think this is? Can you see this video on the right as well? Yeah,
I can. Yeah. So I'm going to say probably 5 meters, maybe less. Maybe just judging by that, maybe 3 meters. I'll say.
That one's 6 foot. 6 foot.
So 2 meters. Yeah.
You got excused. I never had the tripod this day, but I've actually got videos on my channel from Kinghorn at 5 meters, and obviously you can see a lot more than this Miles has here. But this is what you can see from 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, wait a minute. Sorry, this is 2 to 3 foot. I had my camera right down top of a rock, just to try and get it as low as possible. I'll play it, and you can have a look.
Do you know the distances to this?
That's 15 miles.
Okay.
15 miles to.
Is that Fidra? And I think Fidra's only 60 feet high, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's highest elevation.
There's Kinghorn to Fidra.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the actual. Yeah, it's 15 miles.
Okay.
From there to there. Let me get rid of that then.
So 15 miles. Your observation height is about 3 feet. Let's plug that into a curve calculator. Whilst you're continuing your presentation.
Yeah. I'll just try to get the distance here, but my Google Maps plays up on me quite a bit.
Just put another line in. Just start. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I don't even know if I can put another line in. Let's see.
Kinghorn.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Do you know what's probably happening is your PC's probably struggling to share screens at the same time.
I think so. This is, it's near enough a brand new laptop, but every time I load up these, see, it's not giving me the box, but it's 15 miles anyway. I know what that is. So yeah, 15 miles. What happened to that? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So let me just plug that in a curve calculator, just so we know where we're actually at here. So with refraction, so this is giving the globers with a bit of refraction. We're looking at 90 feet hidden. Now Fidra is only 60 feet tall. So
well, the focal height is 34 meters.
Hang on, let me get Fidra up.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
In feet.
Hang on, just one sec. Fidra, so it says. Hang on. I'll need to look it up now, won't I? I thought I had it ready to go. Highest elevation apparently is 66 feet.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of go with the focal height at 34 meters. obviously that sticks up past the land on Fidra. That's Bass Rock over here, but you can see the lighthouse on Bass Rock there.
So none of the islands should be seen, right? But Miles Davis is actually showing that he can see it. That's a problem, isn't it?
It looks quite compressed there as well, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Castle Tower, but yeah. I haven't done the metabunk for this one, Randy. Did you say you had it there?
Well, for Fidra, yeah, so I've gone onto Wikipedia for Fidra, and it tells us there that the highest elevation for Fidra is 20 metres, or 66 feet. The Earth Curve calculator, if we have no refraction whatsoever, you're talking a geometric drop of 150 feet, right?
Yeah.
And the geometric hidden from an elevation of 3 feet would be 110. With refraction, you're talking 92 feet hidden, and the highest elevation of that particular rock on the right-hand side, bearing in mind, is 66 feet. So there's a big issue there that you can actually see this. But we've got some. Do you want to carry on a bit more with this, or?
Do you want me to play it? This is obviously this is me coming. This is me on the beach at Kinghorn. And this rock right here, that's where I had my camera resting.
Yeah, it's like me in the days of old doing all this, getting down on those rocks and doing that. I know your pain.
You know what it's like when you're sort of bending down and looking at the screen and trying to keep the camera steady and all the rest of it, but
you just don't focus on anything other than the observation. It doesn't matter what you stand on or what you lie down on or how wet you're getting or how dirty. You just do it. You know.
But
so
I don't know if I pan round here or see.
I noticed that you can actually see the swell, and I know I'm going to keep on about this, but you see that little swell that's just rolled in there. That tells me that it's virtually non-existent, because normally you get like a tenth of a foot of swell sometimes, very, very little bits of swell, and you can just see how no swell was on that day.
Well, you can see it's quite silky smooth there. I mean, this is the main opening into the fourth estuary. So this is all sort of open sea over here, so this is where you're probably going to experience quite high swells here. And you can see the water on look at the quite choppy looking when Miles has took this.
Yep.
So this is I think I know where Miles takes this. There's a railing at the harbour. That's about 5 metres.
So this is his one. Is this your video now? Is this a new video of yours?
Yeah, this is another video of mine.
Okay.
All my videos are on the right hand side. I just thought it would be a better idea to sort of keep this up.
So now, what's interesting here is that Miles Davis has a P1000, which is supposedly a better camera than the P900 that you're using on the right. Now, I'm going to say Miles Davis has a lot of problems videoing because he never seems to get very clear images.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, what I don't know if it is his camera or it's something that he's deliberately doing, but it looks like he's kind of zoomed out quite a bit for some reason when he's got a camera that's quite capable of zooming in. This one on the right is Kinghorn again from 10 feet, and this is Miles is from 5 metres. What's that? 16 feet.
16, 17 feet.
Yeah. Looks a bit different, doesn't it?
It does. So these are straight off your hard drive, but I have noticed you've done a lot of videos on your own channel that kind of. Now I know Miles has put his out, and you go back and you debunk what he puts out. But there's been some recently. I mean, that image that I've been showing around. The one that you sent me on Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like a killer blow, don't you think?
I think so. I mean, we can talk about that. As I say, I've got that on my paint thing.
Okay.
There's something going on there. It could explain a lot, but
Well,
this
it is.
is
You can see that his is choppy. The waves that he's filming across are quite choppy. The atmospheric conditions aren't very good. You know, it's very hazy. Whereas when you've gone, you know, it's much more set. It looks like it's either. I would say that's evening time, actually, on the right, or it could
yeah,
be.
yeah.
I would say it was evening.
If you go in the evening, the good thing is the sun's behind the camera, so you'll notice things like Fedra, the lighthouse is painted white, so that the sun sort of lights that up, and Bass Rock, it lights that up as well. So it's quite a good time to go and video it.
So he goes during the mornings and mid mornings. So is that because he gets these unclear images with those kind of conditions?
Well, if you go in the morning, you're going to get the sun behind Bass Rock and Fidra. It depends what time you go, but I mean, you know yourself when you're trying to shoot into the sun, Ranty, it's horrible. You know, or if the sun's sort of bleaching everything out in front of you, you'll get this glare on the water and all the rest of it. But this, the video on the right is from January. Was from January from Miles. Video on the right is just me week before.
Okay.
But I have been there. I've drove there. It's a half an hour, 40-minute drive for me. I've been there and it's been absolute rubbish. I mean, you can't see 50 feet in front of you, the sort of thing, you know. But
bit like me today, I went down because I thought I would try and compete with your observation. We had no swell forecast for today. The wind was very light. We had this amazing electric storm last night, which would have cleared the air, so I thought. And of course, I went down at perfect time to go down for low tide. 20 minutes before low tide, got there, and it was just foggy. The whole area was just foggy.
Yeah.
Couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I know there is a lot of Globers who've got cameras like Miles and that, but if you haven't really put a camera in your hand and went out on location, it's very easy for folk to sit and look at a video and say this is wrong or that's wrong, or you know, because there's always things happen when you go out. The locations might not be so good, or the sun might be bleaching things out. There's quite a few things that can affect what you're actually trying to do.
So I can see that you've got some other things ready to play.
Yeah, just give me a second, mate.
Yep, no worries.
I just want to. I mean, that's from 10 feet.
Yep.
And Miles is from 5 meters, 16 feet. Same location. I'll just skip through it just to. I like to always do what you do, pan round and show people where you are.
Yeah.
That railing up there is probably where Miles takes his footage from. Can't be sure, but that's the harbour. As you can see, I just sort of jumped over the fence and came down onto the sand there. That's that.
Well, Miles is a bit old, and he's an old age pensioner, I think. So I don't know if he'd have the ability to do that.
Yeah. Oh, he'll probably get down there now that we've said that. But you know, the thing is, he goes out and gets that. I don't know. You know, I would say that's obviously bad weather conditions, and then I go out and get this from a lower height. So
yeah,
you know, and
that's the typical story. And I have to say that's something that I've known for the past 4 years or 5 years of doing these observations and putting videos out. Is I will go out and I will show an observation that is absolutely pristine, a bit like your observation on the right, and then I will also show other days when it's a bit like what Miles Davis is on the left, where it's a bit unclear. Yeah. There's a lot of fog in the air. The waves are all over the place. And the Globers there'll be an inferior mirage, and the Globers will have you believe that the image on the left is reality and how we should see things, and the image on the right is all basically a hologram. It's like it's completely bonkers because it's totally the opposite way around. You know, these are the clear conditions on a nice day with a stable water, and you can see that the water's flat. You can look at Miles Davis's videos, you can see it's choppy, you can see that it's hazy, you can see that he's filming into the sun, like you say, and he's doing it in all the wrong conditions to basically propagandize the video that he's putting out. And it's not proper research, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing that, I know it's like you pick a side and you back it up, but you will have guys who support Miles, and like you say, they'll say my image is there's something wrong with it, or that's not a true representation of what we should see, but this over here is exactly what you should see.
See, there's a guy in chat called Howard Moore, and he's just put, Ranty, use swell when it fits, that's a little telling. I think that's referring back to the start of the video that you put out when you withdrew the video slightly, and it showed the tiniest bit of wave that lapped up, and you could tell that it wasn't a wind-driven wave, you could tell it was a swell.
Yeah,
now, right, so you can tell that was a swell. It's probably a couple of inch swell, right? There's a difference between having a couple of inch swell, which gives you a perfectly flat surface, give or take, as opposed to filming when there's a 2 or 3 foot swell, or a 5 foot swell, or a 10 foot swell, because those conditions will have an effect on your observation. But a 2 foot swell, a 2 inch swell is not going to have such a big effect. And what's interesting is when you get just the 2 inch swells, you get very flat water. See this on the right? See my video that I did this morning that I put out on my channel? That video had flat water. You can see it was flat water. Just the visibility was difficult for the long distance stuff, but you could see that there was no rollingness on the waters. Miles Davis on the left, for instance, though, is definitely being filmed when there's a tide coming in and with swell. So you can see that.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you get where Bass Rock is, the tide will come in from the left there, and the wind just howls down that channel some days. It would cut you into the wind if you stood there for long. So if you're getting swells, tide coming in, and the wind like that, you get very, very different. I could probably bet money on you. I could go there and I wouldn't be able to see Fidra if that was the case.
Yeah. Well, just for the audience, because you're still presenting, I'm just going to show them where this location is, and show you exactly. You just said there when the swell comes through, it comes past Fridra, and you got Bass Rock, etc. So I've lined up the 3 islands. So the first island is the nearest island. Is that Fidra?
The nearest one's Fidra.
So this island here with the lighthouse on here is Fidra. You can see the elevation in the bottom right as I scroll across it. It's 10 meters, 12 meters. It's not very high. So perfectly in line with what they say. Anyway, so this is what. So you say the tide comes in. So it comes in like I was putting out in yesterday's video. So it comes in from the east up into the west, up the channel, and they don't seem to think that that's going to have an effect when it's being pushed up the channel. What have you observed when the tide's being pushed in and coming up the channel?
When it's getting pushed, when it's pushing in and it's windy, it is pretty bad. You will get conditions like what Miles has got over there. Especially if it's windy. I mean, the wind makes a big difference as well, because that will push the tides up a bit higher. I mean, this is the swell and the tides. This is something I've started to look into recently, Ranty. But the good thing with that is there's about 9 or 10 swell data markers in this area. There's one actually at Fidra. So going forward, that's something I'm going to put into my observations. Have a look at that sort of stuff: the swell, the tide, the wind.
Perfect.
All that kind of stuff,
Perfect. That's what I mean. I would love to have that kind of data where I am, but we don't have that sort of data. But if you've got that there, then perfect. In fact, it might be worth going and doing some observations when you know there's very little swell on one particular day, and then when you know there's actually quite a lot of swell, even if it's only 3 or 4 feet of swell the next day, just go the next day and then film it again and just see the differences that swell makes. Just try and go at the same sort of time though, sort of like if it's an hour after low tide, make sure you go an hour after low tide the following day when you've got some swell, you can get a comparable set of data.
And that's the thing, it's everybody's busy, so it's just trying to get the time to do that, but it's something that that's going to be my next. I'm going to add that in, take all that into consideration.
Perfect.
Yeah, there is plenty of data markers out there. I was amazed when I found a website that showed them all, but they only give you 5 days. You can't go back any further than that. So I'll be getting them, obviously just remembering to get the data. I mean, you can get, obviously, to get that data before you go, but it's handy to have the historical data as well.
Well, what you'll probably find now is that Miles Davis will be putting his videos out probably a week after he's taken the observation, so that you can't check out the swell data on the day.
Yeah. I mean, there is other sites that you can get at, but a lot of them you've got to subscribe and stuff like that, so...
Okay, so this is one observation. Have you got another observation to show us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to recap, this is 15 miles away. I'll just go to this one. I'm kind of working backwards.
That's fine.
Let's see if this will load.
Yes. If it's not loading, just go into the Oh, there you go. You got it.
Ah, there you go. So. I don't know if you've got the map up there, Ranty, but this is Aberdour, which is about 2.5 miles down the coast from Kinghorn. So we're sort of working back the way from the islands.
I see it. Yeah, I've got it up here. Aberdour. Yeah.
Aberdour. So this is another one that caught my eye, because I've been to Aberdour before I had my P900, and then I've stood at the sort of bit where Miles was taking this. So I've actually got videos uploaded on my channel from Aberdour, and I've had a few of the trolls in saying I wasn't at the same height and this and that and the next thing. So put another video up showing exactly where it was. But you'll never. These guys they just won't listen to you, or they won't accept what you're trying to show them.
So let's to clarify this one on the left. Now, I've seen this video by Miles Davis, and he goes to 4 separate heights. So he goes at 24, 17, 6, and 3. And yes, you do start to lose things. Things start to disappear from the bottom up. My question was, or my belief is, that he's looking over some kind of swell at this particular time. And you have repeated this similar thing. Yeah, you've done the same sort of thing as he's done.
Yeah.
So
I'll just flip through them a couple. I mean, you can actually see there's a little bit of mirage there on the 6 meter observation and the 3 meter observation. But if you go, this is me at Aberdour again a couple of weeks ago. I'm just trying to check the height here. This 6 meter height is probably. I'll just try and show you. See this?
Yeah, he's got that in his video as well. I've seen that before.
Yeah, you see the light beacon that's up there.
Yep.
Well, you can work out if that's 6 meters. You can work out where I am.
Yeah, you're down at a meter or so, aren't you, at this point?
Yeah. So that's me around about a meter, maybe meter and a half.
And isn't it interesting that you can see all of that lighthouse? That lighthouse on his 3 meter one that he's saying. This one here, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
you can't see the lighthouse.
It's disappeared. Yeah.
Now it's interesting that I did an overlay of that, and I was able to show that you should be able to see the. You should have been able to see it. There you go. Because you see that inferior mirage on the bottom right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got an inferior mirage on it. Now.
Yeah.
I worked out that behind that you should have been able to see the base, and I made comment about that and was scolded and laughed at. And now what you've done is you've recreated this, and you can definitely see the base in your image, and I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the land underneath the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I took a few of these. That's why I'm just sort of scrubbing through these, Ronnie, just to show you the location. Just trying to see.
Now there looks a big difference here as well with the water conditions.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad that day actually. You can see it's not too.
That's what I mean. It's not. There doesn't look to be any swell there. I mean, you will see different shadows on the water if there's swell, and you can't really detect any there.
Yeah, you can see like it's quite choppy here.
Yep.
Just trying to see if I can get one of them on its own. I mean, there's the, oh, that's not the lighthouse we're looking at. It's behind them. There, it's there. You can just see it, just there. See, it's just up here. So that's where Miles was, around about here. And that's 3 meter one.
Yep.
I've got one. I was up at the. I mean, you can see how far down I was from there.
So the distances involved in these are quite a long way, aren't they? If I recall.
This is 17 miles.
So that's just to Fidra, though, isn't it?
To Fidra, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And behind that, you've got Bass Rock.
Bass Rock is about 4 or 5 miles behind Fidra.
Well, let me just see if I can't find that place. Do you know what road it was on? Because I've got this map on here, and
this for Aberdour.
Was it Dalgety Bay?
No, that's coming. There's Aberdour.
Yeah, I've got Aberdour. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's where I am on this one, on this video.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to find it on Google Earth, the exact spot you were. I think I know where it is, but it's under this map.
Let me see if I can bring mine up right now. I don't know if it's going to lag or not. This is what happens to mine. I bring it up and it goes like this. There we go. Aberdour is back here.
Right, sorry, let's have a look at your... Yeah, I can see where it is, but where did you take the observation from so that I can get a measurement for you?
Let's see. It's easier for me just to try and do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah, I get you. So let me show that to my audience. Hang on, let me get that back up. So yeah, so I was here. So let's get an observation distance to... So, to go to Bass Rock, we are talking 25 miles.
Yeah.
25 miles there, so let's pop that in there. 25 miles at 1.5 meters. Let's put that into the curve calc. Let's bring this over here. Distance 25 miles, view height, let's put 5 feet. And we are looking at, with refraction, 300 feet or 277 feet hidden. Without refraction, just the geometric hidden would be 330, and just the geometric drop would be 416. So I'll need to do the calculations. I actually think Bass Rock is higher than that. So
Bass Rock's 107 meters.
Is it? So
107 meters, yeah.
107 meters. Yes, it is 107 meters at its highest point. And what did the curve calc say? Refracted hidden. Let's do it in metric. 84 meters should be hidden with refraction. Can you put your image back up again? that looks a lot more than just 13 meters.
Yeah, can you see my image, Ron? It should be up.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, no, it's just me because I'm flicking through the screens. I'm flicking back. I can see. Right. Yeah, so my mistake. Sorry, 23 meters. That looks more than 23 meters that we're looking at there. There's another island actually to the right.
That's Craigleith. Yeah,
so that's Craigleith.
That's about 45 to 50 meters tall.
Is that all? Right. Let me just Google that. Craigleith.
It is a little bit closer. Maybe it might be 22 miles or something like that. 23 miles.
So the highest elevation on that is 45 meters. Right. So let's get the distances involved on that. So let's maneuver that to Craigleith, which is there, and then get the measurements. 22 miles. So let's put the curve calculator on that. Where are we? Let's bring this over for the audience to see. Go on to the curve calculator, back to here, so I'll go to 22 miles. View height 5 feet, we're talking in meters. 63 meters should be hidden. Now the highest point of Craigleith, which is here, the highest elevation is only 45 meters. So that should all be gone. That should all be gone. Yeah. 45 meters. 18 meters And let's have a look at your image again. So
Big Fedra.
that's this island here. That's this island there.
Craigleith's a black island. This darker colour one in the front there.
Yeah. So
I think Fedra should be hidden as well.
Okay.
On this.
Well, let's double check that. So there's to Fidra. Let's do a measurement on that. 19.4. Let's bring that over. Let's go to have a look. 19.4, and we are looking at, with refraction bearing in mind, so giving them their refraction, 154 feet, and if we go to metric, that's 47 meters.
Yeah, so that the focal height's 34 meters.
So the highest elevation on Fidra, which is here, is 20 meters, right? And Metabunk says that 47 meters should be hidden. And let's have a look at your image. And your image shows the whole island with the lighthouse. It shows Craigleith behind it, and it shows Bass Rock in the distance. And actually, this is impossible on a globe, Miles Davis. That's kind of an issue for you.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Let me see if I can skip through. I think this one's at a higher. You can actually see the more land behind at the bottom of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
This is still from Aberdour.
I'd say it's more compression than just at the bottom. More than it's just the angle, the narrow angle that makes it appear that there's more or less land at lower elevation. Should I say?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see where I am there. You can see I'm below the. There's it's a light beacon, but you can see I'm well below that as well. Now where that lady is there, that's where Miles takes his videos, which is slightly lower than the actual beacon.
Okay.
In fact, no, that's a 3 meter. Sorry, standing right beside the beacon is this 6 meters up here, over here, which I'm sure I've got. I'm not trying to do any manipulation here. I'm just trying to find the one where I'm at the beacon. Well, that's me slightly below the beacon as well. Miles Davis will stand in this bit of grass here, just up here.
Now it looks to me like he's filming. Right, just leave it there. Right, so on your image, it looks like the sun is beating down on the rock faces, so we can see all three islands and the differences on them, the contours, everything that you should need to see, because the sunlight is directly on these. Whereas Miles Davis, it looks like he's got the sun behind him, like you've said, and that hides all the definition of the island.
Exactly. It blacks it out, everything out. See here, it just blacks it all out. You can't really see.
What a sneaky fella. It is, though, isn't it? Isn't it sneaky? That,
if he's doing it intentionally, yes, definitely, I would say that. Whether he would say he's doing it intentionally is another story, isn't it? But you can see as I'm coming off in elevation there, you can see more here. And again, this is still below this 6 meter height here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let it play. I mean, they're no long videos, Randy. They're just 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
One thing I do like with your videos, though, is that you do the observation and then you do a pan around and you show exactly where you are. And you do it all in the same video, so there can be no argument about where your exact location is. And it's something that I learned to do that. I learned that you had to do that because the Globers wouldn't be satisfied. Whereas what Miles will do is, he just puts an image out and he says, "This is my elevation. This is the observation."
Yeah. You just got to take his word for it, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I do it a lot. I mean, in between videos, I'm taking photographs, so I primarily take the video to remember where I was, sort of height-wise as well, So I've maybe took one video and 20, 30 photographs. So it's a good way to remember exactly where you were when you took. Obviously, with the video, you can see where you are, but if you take a photograph, you don't really remember if you were sort of slightly lower down or
exactly
up a bit higher.
That looks quite low down.
These are. This is one that's higher up at Dalgety Bay. I think we're just messing about trying to. There's Fedra. This is from 20.
I have to say, yeah, but you're just using a P900 as well, which I can't believe that you're getting these excellent observations with a P900, and Miles has a P1000, and he can't get a comparable shot to you with the P900. Imagine if you had a P1000.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. I bought myself a drone last month, so and P1000 will be the next thing. But this is 27.5 miles away. It is slightly higher. It's probably about 10 meters at Dalgety Bay. I wasn't really going to put this in the presentation, but just as I was skipping through there, you can see.
So that's Bass Rock from 27 miles. So from 10 meters, right? Let me just put that in the curve calcs again. So just leave that video up.
Yeah. I'm just sort of skipping.
Well, I'm interested in all this kind of stuff. So 27 miles, right? And we're looking in metrics. We're looking at 10 meters, and we're going to look at the hidden. So the refracted hidden should be 65 meters. What was Bass Rock again? 107 meters. Right. Okay. So you should see a third of that island. So can we have a look at that video that you just showed us from the 10 meters?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Back this way. That's not that one. It's that one, I think.
I think it was this one, yeah.
Yeah. So there's Fedra, obviously. Yeah. And there's Bass Rock with Craigleith in front. You see the black outline. The good thing with Bass Rock then it's got loads of seabirds who are sort of crapping all over it. Bass Rock isn't white, it's actually black.
Yeah, we'll just pause it there a sec. So you've got what island's in the foreground? So is that Craigleith?
That's Craigleith.
Okay. And that's got an elevation of 20 meters, is it?
No, this one's 45 to 50 meters. The black one.
Hang on, Craigleith, 45 meter elevation. We got Bass Rock, which is 107. So basically, if that was 100, that would be 45. So 100% versus 40%. So have a look at the image. That looks about 40% the height of Bass Rock. I'm sorry, but that looks flat as a pancake, mate. Yeah. You're seeing all, if you was to scale that, if that's 107 meters, that you would scale that to 45 for sure, and it wouldn't work out if you started working the curve calcs on it, because you wouldn't get that sort of height to height ratio of those two rocks. You just wouldn't get that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There's Fedra.
Yeah.
I think that's completely gone by X amount of meters from that distance. Obviously Fedra's a bit closer, but I think Fedra will be about 23 miles from this observation.
Right. Yeah, that'll be gone. So Miles Davis, do you think Miles is cherry picking with his observations, or what he puts out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, you've obviously been along. Miles Davis goes out quite a lot. You go out quite a lot, and you see the days where it's really murky and unclear. And I imagine that if you went and took images like that and presented them as globe proof, you'd basically get the same kind of kudos that Miles Davis does. But it would appear that on the nice days when things are settled and you can see, just like these kind of days, you've got the videos that show that you're seeing farther than you should on a globe.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it is all done. You can see how smooth that is there. Mm-hmm. That's just a little time lapse I was taking. But yeah, you can see how smooth it is.
See, there we've got a little bit of swell. You can see. You got a little bit of swell there.
This is from Dalgety as well. just try to get. These are all. This is. Let's see. Is this one? Yeah, that was me. Oh no, that's Aberdour. Sorry. You can see the conditions there are different on that day in Aberdour.
Well,
you can still obviously see Bashrock and Fidra and all the rest of it, but the conditions are different.
Have you got
sorry?
any? So I'm just looking on the left hand side. So you've done 2 videos already. Is there other stuff that you want to present there?
These are.
Yeah.
These were the 2 that I thought would be best to sort of compare.
Yeah. No, I meant that you've got a whole bunch of stuff in the top, in your bars at the top.
No, that's something different, Randy.
Right, that's fine. So is it something to present on here or not?
Well, yeah, just give me a second, mate. I'll just try to find out where I am in this particular video. This video is actually from Burnt Island. Can you see where Burnt Island is on Google Maps?
Let's have a look. See. So will that be?
It's back slightly back the way.
I see it. Yeah, I see Burnt Island. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I know where you were because I've already been down here and done some measurements before for miles on that. So yeah, so I can look at that.
Yeah. The roundabout.
Yeah, down in that little cove. Yeah.
Just there. This video here is, we'll say 4 feet.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. I think it's obviously closer than the Aberdour one.
I'll work it out for you in a sec. Well, that's all 3 islands as well. You can see there's a different parallax though.
Yeah, because you're shooting from a different angle.
Yeah. But you can definitely see all 3 islands there as well.
Yeah. So that was 4 feet. There's.
And for Miles Davis, this is because you've gone when the actual sun is beating down on the face of the cliff, so you're looking at them, so you can pick out all the details. You've not got a smudge. his images on the right are just a smudge. You've got no detail. There's no detail you can pick out on his images. On yours, you can see everything of that island.
You can see how white, but I mean, in fairness, this is in the winter.
Okay.
So it would be covered in bird poop, but you can see it's. I've tried to shoot
bird poop.
I've tried to shoot, hills and that when the sun's behind it, and it's never good. It's never good. That's from, I think this was about 12 feet.
12 feet, awesome.
That's from Burnt Island.
Okay.
And there's me and my shadow. Just sort of showing where it is. But do
you mind if I show the audience that Miles versus Flatzer image? What you said, you've got it up on Paint ready to show, or do you want to show it and present it and talk about it, or do you want me to do it?
Let me see if I can find it, mate.
There, that's the one.
Oh, wait a minute, I need to drag it over. Come on. So was it this one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
You see that all right?
I can.
Well, this is obviously Dalgety Bay, both at the same height, same location. Tried to sort of copy as much as I could. Now the bottom of the image is full optical zoom on the P900. And Miles says this is a full optical zoom on his P1000 up the top, which I don't think it is. It's kind of hard to. I'm basically comparing it with what I can see. I mean, even if I went there and got the same conditions as Miles, I would see a lot more of the actual Bass Rock over here.
That's
Are you
another.
still?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, that's just an awesome image. The one thing I will say, it does look to me like Miles in Miles's image at the top. It looks like the water's pushing up the channel, and I'll say that because you haven't got a nice flat expanse, which you've got. Your water is very flat, and his seems to be pushed upwards, which is why it's not as long as yours. Yours is much longer. So if you
Yeah.
imagine that there's the water's pushing up the channel, as it does because it goes in that way up the tide. Now I put a video out yesterday that showed the effects of that tide pushing into an inlet and going up those estuaries, and the effects that that has. Looks to me just like Miles is filming when the tide's on the way in, and you're getting that pressure. So you obviously the water has an energy to it when the tide's being pushed in, and that energy is pushing the water up the estuary to increase its height. So it creates friction on the seabed. That friction slows the water down at the bottom. The water that's coming, being pushed in, it just goes over the top of it, and it just keeps going over the top of it, and that's why you get this rising up of the tide as it pushes up. It's exactly what we're seeing in this.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at these rocks on the right and the rocks on the left on mine, you can obviously see water behind. But it's kind of like the in Miles's one, the water's it's like a straight line from rock to rock, which is, it's pretty weird. But there is behind this rock on the left here. There's a whole load of little sort of submerged rocks and islands, and it's quite shallow around about here. So if the tide is pushing in, you've got a bit of swell. It could be a reason that the water's getting up to this height.
Oh.
But these boats don't really tend to go in and out that much. Well, you don't see them at low tide. These big oil tankers that go in and out. But you can see the buoys raised right up here. Mine's it's not. It's lower than the horizon, I would say. And this tree line along here is
that's another indicative proof that the water's being pushed up, and you can probably tell that the bulge itself, as it's being pushed in, is pretty much underneath that buoy that Miles Davis has got. So you can see where that effect is happening, and most of the things float anyway. But in yours you've just got this flat ocean, flat. That's it. Well, no tide, no swell, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to ask, most Globers would say my picture, there's something wrong. There's lumen or whatever going on, and this one's a perfect example of what we should see. And Miles would be the perfect example of what we should see, which is if you put that in front of just ordinary people and say like, what one makes sense to you, sort of thing. What, the bottom picture or the top picture? I think most people that's not in this arena would say the bottom picture looks more realistic.
Yeah, obviously, because it is reality. You've just taken it on a nice day with nice conditions. You've got no effects, that are making a problem. Miles has got all the problems going in his image. He's taken it on an unclear day with what appears to be fog in the distance. He's also taken it with the sun behind the rock, and most likely as the tide's pushing up the estuary. So he's taken it in the worst conditions possible, whereas you've taken it in the most optimum conditions to give you, two opposing images of the same location.
If you look at the boat there, you see how it's kind of going the same colour as the water.
Yep.
That's an effect that you see, when you're getting if it's going into the mist or it is a bit hazy. Yeah, you'll see the back of the boats doing this, or the side of the boats. They'll go this kind of same colour. So there's a bit of an indication that there's something going on. But the tree lines away here in the distance, that's at North Berwick. So Bass Rock's just off the coast of North Berwick. So they're roughly about the same distance. This is a little beach, and you can just see the kind of colour of the beach, and then you've got the tree line on top. So this is probably about 30-40 metres tops on height.
Right.
So
this one past that rock, yeah. So you got the rock on the right that says 1.68 miles, and behind that you've got these tree lines in distance.
Yeah.
Do you know how far away they are?
That's North Berwick, so that's about 24, 25 miles.
So 24, 25 miles away, you're seeing these trees on the shoreline. Wow.
Yeah.
Superb, mate.
You can nearly enough make the beach out. You can see the sort of colour of the beach there. But yeah, so it's very, very different to what Miles is seeing. And he has asked for an explanation. But what exactly this is could be a combination of swell, tide, weather conditions. But you can see it's not natural.
Well, they don't seem to understand that a little bit of water pushing up the channel can cause this kind of obstruction. And it's quite clear, it's very evident in these two images that is the same. You've gone to the same location, repeated the observation, and you've essentially seen shore to shore, and he's seen obstruction. But that's, it's blatantly obvious what's happening. It's blatantly obvious.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of obstruction going on. Exactly what it is very hard to tell. But
I can pretty much tell because I can look at your water. I can look at this water and I can see that water's like a carpet. I look at it, it's just a carpet. And then I look at Miles's and it's completely different, and it's got that effect, when you know that there's turbulence in the water. It's not a carpet. That isn't a carpet. That is a pristine carpet. Miles is not. And you can see that. And anybody that takes photography over water knows that these conditions aren't optimal conditions.
You see these kind of blotches, really, can't you?
Yep.
You can see the lighthouse there. That's 46 metre focal height, the Bass Rock Lighthouse. And you can actually see Fidra. Fidra's actually behind the rock on the left there. Obviously, if I was to move over a bit to the right, you would get Fidra.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure I've got photographs of Fidra from here, but I was really trying to recreate where Miles was. So you can see this rock. It's like his is sort of, for some reason, it's like his images is zoomed in on these objects in the foreground, but zoomed out in the objects in the the background, which is it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
I wonder why he would be doing that.
Yeah. I don't know where he's to try and look at set his camera, the settings and stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, so as I say, he's got a P1000. You've got a P900. His camera is better than yours. So I'm going to show for the audience. So this is your image where you have the island all in view, etc. You can actually make the data out on it with a P900. This is the image of the rock in the foreground, where you can make quite a lot of detail out on it, to be honest. And then we go to Miles Davis's, and it's just totally out of focus. It's even out of focus on that, and that island is just, it's not even visible. So he isn't using his equipment to the best of its ability, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I would say that. He sounds a fairly intelligent guy, so I don't know why he's not worked it out. Found the right settings and whatnot. But because I haven't used a P1000, I've no idea. To me, it looks like this is part of a video, and then he's cropped it or saved an image off the video. Can you save images off the video, Ranty, on the P1000?
Well, yeah, you just he's probably just print screened it, and then opened it up in Paint and saved it.
Yeah, well, to me, it looks like, when you save it onto your desktop, and then you've got the ability to zoom in on a picture. It looks like something like that, where you've done that, zoomed in, and then took another crop of it. So the objects in the foreground look more zoomed in, and the object in the background would have been a lot smaller than that, but because you've zoomed in, that gets larger as well. That's the only thing I can think about is, how you get these. I mean, look at the objects in my picture are probably to scale sort of thing. It's definitely weird. I'll say that.
Okay, so next thing, have you got anything else to show us?
I probably need to go and if you want to sort of chat or that.
Yeah, if you want to change your memory card over, did you say, so that you can bring something else up?
I think so. Give me 10-15 minutes, mate, and
no
I'll
worries.
Pop myself on mute. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
Pop myself on mute.
And I'll see you back in 15 minutes, right? I'll have a chat. I'll have a chat with the audience then for a minute.
Okay then, mate.
All right, catch you in a bit.
All right. Okay, bud.
Right, guys. Okay, so that was Flatzer with one half of his presentation. He's got to go back and obviously find some more stuff to talk about. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? Miles Davis goes out and he films in his location and puts evidence out for a globe. Flatzer goes out and repeats the observations and gets something completely different. I'm going to say that maybe Miles Davis should go when the sun is shining upon the rocks that he's intending to film, so that you can get the definition out of it. So to give you an idea, so here we've got the definition. You can see the definition of the island up here with the tide coming in. You don't have that ability, so it is pretty clear that he's not using his equipment very well, and yeah, maybe you should learn some fluid dynamics. I think that's something that we should all start to look into. Fluid dynamics. Remember that's going to come up quite a lot in the next few months, I should think. Everyone needs to understand what's going on inside these channels, what's happening with the water, what's happening with the vertical direction of the water as the water pushes in and out, and get to know nature. Because simply just saying that firstly water is always flat, I totally disagree with that. But also to say that you've always got these obstructions to earth curve, again, I totally disagree with that too, because we can demonstrate categorically that there are other effects going on, and it's images like this that prove it. Now hopefully Flatzer is going to go and get the data that he said he's going to get, which is the buoy data to show you the swell times on these. Now that will be really interesting in his location, because he has that data throughout the whole estuary. We don't have it where I am, so he's got the data there that he can go film, take these observations, go back another day, get the swell data, and you'll be able to see the difference. And I'm really looking forward to seeing his reports back on that, because that will sort of validate all the stuff that I've been talking about, as if we needed it validating. But yeah, so it will be interesting to see that. Let's see who's in anyway. Let's see who we've got in. I did know I missed a super chat before, so let me just get that up. I think it was from Flat Earth Data. Hang on. Viewer activity. Flat Earth Data, yes. So for $2 Canadian and 79 cents, he says, we need more Flat Earth kids content. Kids content? Okay. I think that's because Flat Earth Data's got a book that he's going to be putting together, and getting that out to the kids, I believe. So good luck on that, Flat Earth Data. I will be opening up the Discord later, so if you want to hop on there, maybe tell us about that. That would be pretty awesome too. Right, I'm just trying to see anybody. Gleam says that has to do with focal length. I agree. Don't things appear to go away on a linear decline, not an exponential curve down? I don't know what that part meant, to be honest, because it was a while ago. I missed that comment. James Kirk, Flatzer's trying to hide nothing from you. In fact, he showed you his locations in all the videos, and it's, if anything, it should be you asking what Miles Davis is hiding. That should be the bigger question. What is Miles hiding? Why is he filming on days when he's obviously filming when the tide's coming in, and why is he filming when the sun is behind those rocks? What's he hiding from you? That should be the question, not what Flatzer's doing. Flatzer's just showing you it on nice days. Glowbusters, Ranty, you're right. Flatzer does a great job smashing the pathetically weak blog arguments. Yes, he does. Bob, awesome stuff. He's got tons of observations, and I've basically dropped it on him in the last couple of hours for him to get this together. So it has been quite a bit of a rush to actually get this together, which is why I think he's going on to his other drive now to try and bring some other stuff up. But yeah, I reckon that if we had a day or two going through his observations and we could put a video together, I think that we could, you know, I mean, this is just showing this now to the audience and saying, hey, this is debunking all the stuff that Miles has put out and showing these beautiful shore-to-shore observations. But I feel that, you know, to actually go and say, and get Miles's video and say, right, this is Miles's video, we have this from Flatzer, and you can like for like it, you can check the weather data, you can check the swell data, hopefully, and you'll be able to say, this is what was being filmed when Miles was filming, this is what was being filmed when Flatzer. The only problem being with that is that Miles Davis is very secretive about his quote-unquote data. So, you know, it's very, you know, you have to drag it out of him, what his observer height, what day it was and what time it was. He's very, very secretive about that. So I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. So we've got to only go on what we can actually see at the moment. So I'm going to play a little video in the meantime, whilst I get a drink and refresh. I need a drink, basically. So I'm going to go and get some milk, and you can listen to the wonderful tunes. Where are we? Here we go. Cheyenne and Gravity, and I will be back in just a moment. Yeah, why is that not working? Oh, this is not good. Right, hang on. Just a second, guys, whilst I...
We're up pretty high, our heads are almost in the clouds, and their feet are chained to the ground with their chains of misery. They've got a hold of me, they won't let go of me. Let go of me. They might have gravity on their side, but something's pulling us high.
Well, bit of gravity whilst I went and got myself a drink. I am absolutely baking here. It's red hot. I've got both windows open. I can't tell you how hot it is right now, and sticky and sweaty. So I'm hoping that it is actually going to thunderstorm like it did yesterday, because it was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it. They reckon, get this, 50,000 lightning strikes last night. 50,000 lightning strikes. And there was over a month and a half's worth of rain in just a couple of hours. Just a couple of hours. Month and a half's worth of rain. 50,000 lightning strikes. And do you know something? I think I caught at least 1,000 of them. At least. I would say I definitely most likely caught about 1,000 of those strikes. I'm going to show you some of this video now. Let me get it on the big screen so you guys can see this. Let me transition this across. So it was just one of those moments that I've only ever seen this once when I was on holiday, and it was over the ocean a long way away. You couldn't even hear the thunder from it. It was just a bit of a lightning show in the distance. So just take a look at this. Just absolutely awesome. The whole sky was every couple of seconds, every second, lightning, lightning, lightning. And tell you what, it went on most of the night, to be honest. I only captured about 40 minutes of it. And this was whilst I was actually doing the show yesterday.
How's this been going on?
Sarah, I'm talking to the missus, asking her what's going on.
Let's see it out the back.
So then I run through my house.
Key. Right, turn the light out.
And I went around the back because it was even better. It was even better around the back. Unfortunately, we've got the security light on there that stays on for a few minutes. But once that goes away, let me just show you. Once that light goes off, that security light, and we end up in darkness. Here we go. Huge electrical storm. Absolutely fantastic. Well worth going.
Don't set the light off.
And then of course it starts to rain and we get absolutely drenched. There we go. Can you hear the rain?
We're gonna have to go in.
Yeah, man. Absolutely awesome. Nature at its rawest. I tell you, nature at its rawest last night. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. The rain was just bouncing. I mean, I don't know if you can see on the table. So obviously got the deck chair out there. We've got our patio. You got some potatoes and stuff all in these pots, and a few bits of other things. You know, some carrots and things, I think. Just listen to this. Good old nature. Good old nature. Crow says, what does Crow say? Is it common to get rain in the summer in the UK? Here in the UK, we don't get great weather, to be honest. But to be fair, this year, let me lower that down a tad. This year has actually been quite decent. We've had lockdown, and I'm going to say that lockdown kept all the cars off the road, kept all the planes out of the sky, so all that pollution, and we had the most beautiful weather. We had gorgeous weather. In fact, we used to have lightning when I was a kid. Not like this, but we used to get fork lightning and occasionally sheet lightning. So there was definitely two different types of lightning we used to get. And it stopped when I was about 12 years of age. And I only ever seen half a dozen lightning storms in all that time since then. So another 35 years down the line, I've only ever seen another 6 lightning storms here in Blackpool anyway. So it's interesting that when nature reset itself, when they stopped putting the cars pollution out and the air pollution out, and the factories shut down so they weren't out pumping their stuff into the atmosphere, we ended up, this year at least, so far, with beautiful weather. Glorious, warm weather. And look at the thunderstorms we've got. Actually got a thunderstorm back, and it was a hell of a thunderstorm. Lightning storm, or whatever it's called, electrical storm. But some people will say, oh, you're just being conspiracy theory here, and you're just putting two and two together and making things up. Well, I don't think so, because during lockdown, and I used to go for walks at Stanley Park just round the corner, and I got smells as I was walking through the park towards the back end of lockdown. I was smelling things in the air that reminded me of when I was a kid. So I hadn't smelt those things that trigger something. Now, it's really weird. You can go your whole life and never smell anything that reminds you of anything, and then you just smell something and it brings you back to a memory of something that you smell, and you're like, it triggers something to make you think of something. And I smell my childhood when I was walking through Stanley Park, when the weather, when it was getting towards the end of lockdown, like I said, and the smells that were emanating, the colours that were in Stanley Park were different, just like it was when I was a kid. How I remembered it as a kid, like seeing it with kid eyes, everything rich, bright, nice. Now, you're going to say that you're just making this up, or it didn't happen, or you're just thinking these things. But I know what happened. I know that I smelt those things. I know that the colours were different. I know the atmosphere was different. The weather was different. Everything was nicer. And I'm going to put that all down to the fact that we didn't have all this polluting everywhere. That's my personal opinion. You can laugh at it all you like, or you can agree with me. But that's what I think's happened. I think this has basically brought us back to a time, reset things a little bit. Obviously, it'll go back soon, I should think, with all the factories reopening and the cars going back to normal and the planes. But at least for now, we're getting to see what it was like when there was a whole lot less emissions in the atmosphere. Right. Woke. $14.99 super chat says, Paige has banned 4 people in the last 5 minutes. Paige, what are you doing, Paige? Who are you banning? Who are you banning? I don't see people being banned in the past 5 minutes. Hang on, let's get this right. Let's have a look, see. Let's have a look over here. Let's put that to the test. Let's see if Paige has banned anyone in the last 5 minutes. Okay, 4 people in the last 5 minutes. Well, when did Bob make a comment to me? That was so we got Valentino was timed out. That's not banned. That's a timeout. That's just a timeout. One person. I don't see lots of people being banned in the past 5 minutes. I see one person that's been timed out. Well, thank you for the super chat. Darwin says, Paige is ace. And Woke says, go back to no mods, you're missing super chats with her banning. Am I? Missing super chats with her banning. Paige, don't ban people. You're not supposed to ban people. You can time them out if they're being naughty, but it depends how naughty they're being. I'm pretty easy going here for the most part. You know that, Paige. I'm not seeing anybody banned though. I'm not seeing anybody banned. I'm just seeing one person timeout. There we go. Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, Woke, if you want to have a discussion with Paige about why you were timed out. That might be better. Or if you were timed out on your other account or something. Right. Okay. Let's see if are you back there yet, mate, or are you still sorting out your thing? Looks like he's still sorting his thing out. So I'll show you something. Let's have a look. So let's get my video up from today, actually, and we'll have a little laugh at some of the comments. Should have a little laugh at some of the comments, right? My channel. So let's look at the good old British weather, right? Yes, woke. Trolls' lives do matter. In fact, troll super chats do matter, woke. Absolutely. all troll super chats matter, definitely. Right. So this was the video that I put out advertising this particular show, and basically it's just me down at the beach, looking over some beautiful sands, and I was hoping to get an observation done today. Unfortunately, as you can tell, the weather wasn't playing ball. It's a bit like Miles Davis. Miles Davis's observation when you can't see much. Right, okay, so we cannot see much in this video. Perfectly fair enough to say. And I'm just talking through it a bit like I am now, just saying, looking forward to Flatzer coming on, showing his stuff, etc, etc. Show you my location, round up, show you a bit of Blackpool, and that's it. So it's a pretty benign video, really. There was nothing particularly in it. The good old British weather, I titled the video. Let's have a look at some of the troll comments, shall we? This should be quite cool. Right, okay. Let's see. Mark Michaklowski. Nice sharp horizon there, Auntie. Just remind me, what is the horizon according to flat earthers exactly? Is it where the sky meets the sea, or where the sky meets the ice wall, edge of the disc, or whatever? Right. Nice comment, Mark, but just trolling, mate. Okay, logical earther. Flat earth. No way to determine proper distances or directions between 2 points on earth, blah, 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 blah. Rant. Wow, look at this for a rant, guys. I'm not even kidding. Look at that. I've not even read all this yet, but look at all that. Wow. Do you reckon that's a copy and paste thing, guys? I think I do. Right, okay. So next comment down. How does this happen on a flat earth? So 3 comments so far, with 3 comments. I've got the pinned one, but beneath them we've got troll account, troll account. Next one down. Zenu Skeptic. Hey Runty, if the earth was flat and we wouldn't have a horizon, there you go. Flat earth debunked in 1 sentence. Hey Runty. Another troll account. Right, okay. Alan Norstrand has subscribed to Flatzer, which is pretty ace, so that's a good comment. Next one down. Globe Earth Proof from Michael Iredale. Okay, so just trolls. Like I say, this is typical typical of my videos. So let's have a look at some more videos. Let's have a look over here. Let's have a look at Monday Night Madness. Let's see what happened there yesterday. I haven't seen these. 50-50 pretty much on the likes to dislikes ratio. Let's have a look at the videos. Let's start from the newest first. This should be interesting. So somebody trolling chemo. There we go, first comment. Somebody trolling chemo. So you totally ignored the advice about shorter, more informative videos and stayed up way past your bedtime. Another having a go comment. So you can't count to 2. 3.5 hours is not 2. In case you didn't know, I was actually filming the thunderstorm whilst I was leaving the show to run in the background. Yeah, just trolling. We got a good show, Ranty. But yeah, I mean, that's all it is, just trolls. So, bit of fun there, guys. Would be interesting, actually, though, for my subscribers if they would leave a comment after the video. Maybe give a thumbs up, just to let me know how I'm doing, instead of just letting the globies have their way with me. Hey. You're back.
Sound okay, Ranty?
Yeah, it sounds coming through good, yeah. Do you want to
just switch that off. Yeah, so can you hear me okay? Yeah.
I can, yeah. Do you want me to move that out of the way? That
Alright, hold on.
not that, the files information. Because that's blocking, so I can't see.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out what screen I'm sharing.
That's it, just minimise that, that's it. And then
it shouldn't be. I might need to stop and share the other screen, Ranty.
Okay, that's fine.
Thought I'd picked the right screen. Hold on.
No worries.
I've got two screens. Share screen, so it's that one I want. I want sound. Start sharing. I think is that the sort of double screen back up now, Ranny?
It is, yeah, perfect. Right,
Alright.
okay, I'll pop you over. I'm so thirsty, Matt. I can't believe how thirsty I'm. I'm going to have to run and get another drink, so I'm going to leave you to talk about this for the next couple of minutes, right? And I'll be back in no time at all. So, do you want to tell the audience what you're showing?
Okay, yeah, is that me
Yep.
live now? Yeah.
That's you, yeah? I'll leave you to it. I'm just going to get a drink.
Alright. Well, this is one of the recent videos that Miles put out from Dalgety Bay. And this is all you could see from 27.5 miles, I think it's this distance, from 5 metres. So this is what kind of kicked off this Dalgety Bay sort of observations and what we can see and what we can't see. I'll just, that's playing. So this is my observation from Dalgety Bay. It's actually slightly further back than Miles, not by much, 0.2 or 3 miles. 0.2 miles further back. As you can see Bass Rock, you can see the lighthouse, you can see that buoy which is sitting way lower on the horizon there. There's Fidra, there's Castle Tarbet right there. I'm not sure if you can see land, but that's Craigleith right there. This black bit's part of the Bass Rock, but the bit here is actually Craigleith. So you can see it's I'm sort of slightly further round to the right of Miles's observation, so you will see a different sort of object here, shape of Bass Rock. But you can see, if you've seen the lighthouse there, that's 46 metre focal height. So that gives you an indication of how low down we're seeing. You can see the lighthouse and the land here. So this is 5 metres and Miles is 5 metres. That's Castle Tarbet, and that's, you can see Fidra with the land below it as well.
I'm back. Wow. Right. God, is it hot where you are?
Yeah, it's very, very clammy here as well.
Well, right, I'm in my room, so I've got both windows open. I've got spotlights on, because it's just got spotlights in the room. I've got two computer monitors open, the PC is running. I'm absolutely baking. I'm going to have to do an Arwen. I'm going to have to take my clothes off. I'm going to have to sit here.
We don't get used to it in the UK. We go from say 10 degrees straight up to 20 degrees.
This is ridiculous, though. I think in this room, if I had a thermometer in this room, I would imagine it's probably 85 or 90. I'm baking.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got your monitors and your computer and all the rest of it on, it will heat up. But I was just showing, or just trying to explain these observations. This is Miles from Dalgety Bay at 5 metres.
Got to shout out Windrider. He's just put live free for $20. He give me a $20 super chat to say live free and live naked, mate. That's all I can say. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and all troll lives do matter as well. Woke as well. Thank you for this super chat as well. All troll super chats count as well too. Cheers.
Excellent. Excellent, mate.
Right, so sorry, I'm catching up now. So okay, so you've got Miles Davis is up. He's got Flat Earth cannot provide an explanation, right? So that's his title of the video, and basically you've gone back and you've recreated the same observation as him. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, this his observation is probably about 100 feet to the left of where I am.
Yeah.
This observation here is basically higher up than the 2 meter. This is 5 meter. So this is really about the same location. You see the rocks there with the rock on the right and the rock on the left here?
Yeah, I do.
So this is the same location. I put this video up first. I sort of walked round from the original observation where Miles took this. I just walked round the sort of shoreline. Just out of interest, I wonder if I can see the lighthouse if I walk round, and you can see it right there. Again with the land at North Berwick here, so you're seeing a little bit better because I'm at 5 meters here. But that was the video, and you can see that it's quite calm. You can see the channel markers sitting well below, but obviously I'm up a bit higher as well. So this was kind of the first Dalgety Bay sort of observation that Miles took, and this is what made me sort of go and have a wee look about and see what you can get. So my location is actually slightly further back in terms of Miles than Miles's observation here, but it's not by much, but it is slightly further back.
But it's interesting, again, I can see different weather conditions here, right? On his video on the left, right, all that water is very bright and very shiny, and that tells me that the sun is behind that rock that he's trying to film. So you get all that glare that's coming in, and it's clear that he's filming at a different tide height. You can tell that by the relative position of the buoy. And on yours, you can tell that the sun is behind you because you've got different weather conditions on the ocean, and you can see that the rock is all illuminated, and you can see that the tide is different. So you're looking at two completely opposite. Now I'm starting to understand from what you're showing me here, side by side. I can definitely start to tell how he's getting his observations to show them the way that he wants to present them.
Yeah, I think he did mention that the sun was behind it on his one. I can't remember when I heard it, but I'm pretty sure he did say the waves or the water was all sort of bleached out by the sun. But you can see Fedra on here. You can see obviously the sun's hitting it as well, so it's nice and white. Mm-hmm. It's amazing when you go, when the sun's behind you, and the weather conditions is a bit better.
So all these are taken from elevation, though. So those, because a lot of Globers recently. I mean, I'm going to have to say his name here. I didn't really want to say his name, but Sleeping Warrior has put a video out, and I have to say it's an excellent video. Eat through gritted teeth because he's a prick, but still he's done a great observation that shows a lighthouse, Morgold lighthouse from quite a distance and off the beach. Now, obviously, I have an eye for a couple of things in the video that may not be completely accurate. I do know for a fact that he's put an elevation of just 3 feet above actual sea level, which, unless he's accounted for that with some kind of swell data to make up for that, I can definitely tell inside the video he has people walking in front of him, and you're seeing them at head height. Now, they weren't walking in the water, they were walking on the sand, so that tells me that he was at least 5, 6, maybe even 7 feet above actual sea level. So I disagree completely with his elevation of 3 feet. I suspect it's substantially higher than that, even though he's still on the beach, because I've been to that location. But still, the fact that he's able to catch that lighthouse at such a long distance is really good. And what can I say? It's a great proof. But the Globers have turned around and said, well, we don't trust anything under 5 meters, under 10 meters. Go to elevation, go up high, go higher so that you can get out of that quote unquote dirty air. So what elevation were you at here?
5 meters on that one.
Right, okay. And have you gone higher? I know that you've gone to higher observations than this as well. So
Yeah.
do you want to show any of that? Have you got any to hand? Because I know that.
I need to rate. I swapped that card out.
Don't
right,
worry.
So,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But they tell us to go to higher elevations, and when we go to higher elevations, you know, it's the same thing. We see too far. It's exactly the same. It doesn't make any difference.
I know. I mean, I think they want you to go higher so they can, you know, there's more, it gives them a bit of sort of a wiggle room with the curve calcs and all the rest of it. But as soon as you get by 25 miles, 30 miles, then curve calcs, you could be up 100 meters. It still wouldn't work out for them with the curve calcs. But I'll upload the higher elevations from here just so folk can see what it's like.
So you were at 5. Hang on, let me just get that right. That just went over my head. I hadn't actually thought what you actually said there. So you were at 5 meters on this one on the right hand side.
Yeah.
So you're at 5 meters. That's, let's say, 17 feet. And you're looking at Bass Rock, which is 27.8 miles away. I hadn't, so I'm sorry, that just completely overwent. I looked over that, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm beginning to understand the immense, the enormity of this. Right, okay, let's do some curve calcs on this, guys. Right, let's not mess about, because I was too busy thinking about other things when I should have been thinking about this. Let's go to the Earth curve calculator. So your elevation was... in metric, so 5 meters. Elevation 5 meters, and your height. The distances was what, 27.8
for Bass Rock.
Right, 27.8. 27.8. Viewer height in feet 16.4. Distance 27.8. Get ready for this, guys. We are looking at, even with refraction, 87, nearly 88 meters of hidden. Nearly 88 meters of hidden. Without any hidden, we're looking at 106, which is basically the whole height of the island, because it's only 107 meters, right? And what else have we got in those? What else have we got in these? So that was Bass Rock over there. Then we've got Craigleith, which is in the foreground, and we've got Fidra over here. So let me do. So Craigleith is 45 meters high, isn't it? 24.7.
45 to 50, they say, yeah.
24.7. Let's go to the Imperial. 24.7. Let's go to the metric. So it's 45 meters. So even with refraction, 65 meters should be hidden to Earth curve, guys. With refraction, without refraction, 80 meters pretty much. That's almost double the height. That should be sunken. That should be gone.
That's Castle Tarbet, which is about 20 meters, I think.
Well, Fidra's only 20 meters as well. So.
Well, yeah. The
island.
I think Castle Tarbet comes up to the bottom of the lighthouse any time I've sort of looked into it.
So Fidra, 22.2 miles. Let's put this in. So it's see, here's another thing. Hang on, let's go to distance in miles. 22.2 metric hidden. 49 meters. 50 meters should be hidden. The island itself is only 20 meters high, so. That should not be seen. That should not be seen. Bass Rock, most of that, or what you're seeing, should not be seen. Go back to Miles's image. I want to see Miles's image. Now, call me a skeptic here as to why this is what he's showing here. Is why hasn't he panned over to the left and showed us what you can see just out of shot? Just out of shot to the left-hand side, you would have seen Fidra, right? So in your image, when we've got all of Fidra seen here, and we've got Bass Rock there, and I can just make out that little outcrop on the left-hand side of his image, just at the bottom there, midway through the water, which is this part on your image, right?
Yeah.
And that tells me that just a few pixels across, would have been where Fidra was, right? Well, why has he not showing that? Because it was taken from a video, so he would have been zooming in. So why hasn't he showed Fidra, or where Fidra would have been in his video? Was that because Fidra was shown in his video and he didn't want that to show up?
Well, yeah, that could be the case, but yeah, I don't think it. Give me a second. I don't think it shows. No, it does a lot of.
He's very careful with what he puts out. He will not have made a mistake. I'll guarantee you now. He will.
No,
not
he would have looked at the curve calcs first and then went out.
Yeah, he'll have. Oh, what suits the globe? What shall I omit? Oh, we can see Fidra. Well, I tell you what. I'll just make out. What is it at the end? So he goes and presents this. That this is all he's picked up.
I would say that's a little bit disingenuous, showing something. It's
because
saying.
Yeah, because
this is what you should see.
Yeah, but it's not the case. What he's doing is he's not realising that Craigleith is also in the image, and he's it's distorting what he's cropping something out to make it look like the top of something else when it's two rocks on top. That he's using to make that top. It's both Craigleith, it's both Craigleith and Bassrock together, right? That's what show. Just pause it on the part at the end. No,
is that what you wanted?
No. Just pause it at the part on the end where he.
This one. No.
Yeah. Go back to the end of the video.
Right.
There.
Right there.
That's it. Yeah, just pause it there. So what he's done here is he's cropped out this top part, slapped it on the top of Bass Rock, and said, "This is just Bass Rock, and this is what happens when we slap it on top of Bass Rock, and this is all that's hidden." But as you're demonstrating here, Craigleith is also in front of Bass Rock, so he's obviously filming some of Craigleith too, which is distorting what he thinks is Bass Rock in the background, and he's making it fit the top. So he's using both Craigleith and Bass Rock, compressing it, sticking it on the top of Bass Rock, and saying that's Bass Rock, but it's not. Yeah. That's Craigleith there.
Craigleith could be there, but it's that blacked out. It's very hard to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I know angles change as you move around, but the Bass Rock at this, from this direction, it doesn't have this sort of flat top and this really steep drop down over to the right, because the lighthouse is on the right. I'd say it's kind of, this is Craigleith, it's kind of dropping down to the left, but it's something that sort of puzzled me as well, the shape of this compared to when you look at it like this. There's a difference in shape. I mean, I know when you move around you will get differences in the outline, but it's something that's kind of puzzled me. I'll need to look into that a bit more.
Right. Any other observations that you've got that you want to present there? Debunk Miles Davis?
I have to go in 5 minutes, Ranty, but I'll listen back into the show in a little while. But do
you want to do a collaboration then? Do you want to, over the next couple of weeks, you and I put some of your best stuff together and compare it with Miles and do like a thorough 1 hour debunking video that we actually present and make, not like what we're doing now, but actually make the video, and then put it out as a super debunk of Miles Davis. I think that's what's needed here.
I'm up for that.
Okay.
One thing I could show you, as I say, this is just something fairly new to me as well. If this loads. These are all the, we were talking about the swells and stuff like that.
Yep.
These are all the markers that you can get data from, and there's Burnt Island, Dalgety Bay, so you can see how close these markers are.
So if you click one of them, what happens?
Yeah. Well, there's is this one? Let me see. That's just for argument's sake. There's Fidra. There's right beside, obviously, Fidra Lighthouse. So you'll get the.
See, look how calm it was today.
Yeah.
This is what it was like here today. To be honest, that's why I wanted to go down. Yeah.
0.5 meters coming in from the east.
What about for the previous days? I mean, does it show you back a few days?
Well, that's the thing. Hold on. So that's. I'll put it on 5. You have to put it on 5 days and then see if you can go. No.
It doesn't give you historic, does it?
No, wait a minute. It does, but it's not much, Randy. There's Sunday.
Okay.
It's 6 meters slight. When it says slight, the swells are.
Yeah, 0.6 meters. Yeah.
Yeah, come from the east, so east northeast. So it's basically coming right in the estuary from the open sea. There is other sites that show you how to add the wind effect, and if you open the graphs on this one.
Yeah, it's on the Beaufort wind scale. So if you look up the Beaufort wind scale, that'll tell you how much your height of the winds will be the waves will be in different windy conditions.
Yeah, I mean this is some of the other data you can put in to the chart. Well, it's not got everything, but it's not bad for a quick reference. But yeah, it's quite good that it's got the. So you could the swell height will pretty much be the same between Fidra and Dalgety Bay, but
be interesting though to see what you see those middle ones that are in your line of sight. So if you were at Dalgety Bay and you were trying to film Fidra, so you've got some that buoy there in the centre.
This
one. No, the one next to it on the right.
Ah, sugar. I wasn't impressed that one.
But that one's the one you'll be looking at that because that'll give you the sort of swell height at that time, that you're looking over. Yeah. Because you need to realise that you're looking over the waves in the between you and it. So
yeah. Well, there's North Berwick. There's Dalgety Bay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one's Inchkeith. That's an island as well. That'll be I don't know if it's a buoy or no, but it's pretty much we're looking past there as we're looking over towards Fidra.
So I'm looking forward to what you're going to put together for these observations with your swell data as well. Really looking forward to what you can come up with to show it on with different conditions. Like say you went on a day when you had the same wind conditions but different swell. So the wind was just the same, but you got the swell coming in. You got a good swell coming in, and on another day you got no swell coming in, and then just do the filming and just see what difference it makes. Yeah. And I'm gonna predict it's gonna make a huge difference.
I think it will. So it'll just be a case of checking the data before I go, Ranty. I'd like to stay, Ranty, but I've got to run someone now.
No worries.
I'll see if I can catch later, and I will put up more stuff onto the channel as well.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely great. No worries, mate. Listen, take care, and what I'll do is I'll start a new show. I'll end this one up. I'll get another new one cracked up, and we'll get the Discord going, and we'll hopefully get a bit of a chat going. So I'll end this now, guys. This is for everybody else. But Flatzer, anything to say before you go?
No. Basically, I'm not really here to catch anybody out. I'm just sort of trying to film the truth and present it. So that's all you can do. You can just go out and get real world observations.
Okay. Right. Well, what I'll do is I'll pop your link in the. Let's see, 276 subscribers now. Pretty cool. That's gone up.
That's creeping up. It's
creeping up. Brilliant. Right. I'll put your link in the chat right now, so if anyone can go and subscribe and watch what you've got to do. And
cool.
I'll have a chat with you. I'll have a chat with you again, mate. All right. Take care.
Okay, buddy. Catch you later. Bye.
Cool stuff. So that was Flatzer, and that was some of his work. Unfortunately, like I said, I did catch him on the hop, but he still put together a decent presentation. I think you saw plenty of flat Earth proofs in that. Totally debunking Miles Davis. Apparently, observations that flat earthers can't explain. Well, Flatzer's just debunked you, Miles. That's kind of bad, isn't it? Right, okay, so I'm going to round up, guys, and yeah, definitely going to do a new show. So stay tuned. I should have another show up in the next 5 minutes. See you all soon. Take care.